Hello, Israel. I got another video for you, Israel. We're going to listen to Remedy 8 speak about nine ether and nine ether beings. Well, we know we are nine ether beings, Israel. So let's see, I'm going to get more into depth about nine ether beings. And I want to say I have no rights to the video, nor in the music, strictly for educational purposes only. Let's get into it, Israel.
Things said that looked like they were petrified or mummified. And what you have to understand is that let's discuss the how ether works. Ether is a chemical. It's an active chemical. It's alive. All right. It's a cybernetics. It's a cybernetic organism that is alive, and it seeks for energy, but the energy that they seek is to be shared. So it's basically the ether is seeking for us. Okay, the ether is seeking for us. Um, and what happened? These inorganic beings, they're what you call what they say with they're three ether beings. All right, they're three ether beings, which means that they don't possess the necessary chemical composition to share high levels of energy. The ether wants to share energy. So when the ether rose and came to wherever they were over in the UK, because it rose up from the ground, and what it did was it draw the energy from it. Now, why the reason why they were petrified or mummified is because the ether was drawing energy from every part of their body. The water, which is your body is what 85% water. So basically, it drew all the energy from the water in their body. It drew all the energy from every part of them. Every part of them, the ether drew that energy from them, and therefore there was nothing left. So because the ether had drawn all of the energy out of them, their spirits had to leave the bodies, because the bodies, the ether literally, sucked them dry. And I remember when I looked up um, ether. Let's see, what show was that I was watching? It was a show that I was watching, and basically under this show, it said ether is a chemical composition that will suck a human dry, and these inorganic beings are humans, and this ether did suck them dry, literally. Um, so they didn't have anything to share, all right, because they didn't possess all the other necessary elements in their bodies to share. Okay. On the other hand, um, I can't really say for six ether beings, but they probably were among them. The six ether beings were probably among them as well, and they um, some of them may have died, some of them may have not. Those are six ether beings. Um, what I do know is when you have a mixed person, a mixed child, that mixed child is a six ether being. It's not a nine ether being. You have to be this to be nine ether. But that mixed child is a six ether being. All right, it's a twist between the two. Nine minus three is six. All right, it doesn't add on; it subtracts. You make the two genes together as a subtraction happens. So three genes are taken away from the nine ether, and they become six ether. But when we, like a brother and sister, are to mate, you got nine ether and you got nine ether, and that gives you 99 is 18, which comes back to number nine. So you have a three ether being and a nine ether being, you give birth to a what they call a hybrid, mixed child, and you give birth to a 6 ether being. All right. I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know how um, the genetics work as far as the ether, the 6 ether beings. But we shall see. We shall see. There's a lot of new things that's going on. Because long ago on this planet, I remember we didn't have 6 ether beings. It was only us on this planet. That's all we knew. And then we had some what's called albinos, and they were a part of us as well. Um, but they could take full sun as well. And they had abilities and powers as well. It's just that they were born of two recessive genes and not two dominant genes. But it didn't take away the non-ether away from them. Um, Now when we come into ether, um, what we're looking at is our bodies are carbon-based bodies. We've already established that we have golden ether in us. All right. Um, and the brothers and sisters, some of the extremely dark brothers and sisters have a carbon ether in them. Now what happens is ether wants to share energy. All right. So it's a sharing process. Ether comes up, frequencies rise, vibrations rise, the area becomes extremely hot because the vibrations in that area, that ether is looking for energy. So we as nine ether beings, we as ether beings, all right, we are full ether beings. What happens is our body shares the energy with the ether, and the ether shares the energy back with us. It's like a give take. It's a give take. So we have the necessary elements in our bodies to share that ether. So it's like you know, you give me $3, I give you $2 back, something like that. You know, you give me $5, I give you $4 back, whatever. But it's a sharing of energy. So you have um, your brother or sister, and the ether rises, and the ether sees a vessel. The ether comes in, and it's almost like a mating process, and the energy is flowing, and it's sharing energy, and then the ether will then give us a little bit more energy than what we gave it, gave him or her, it is whatever our ether is. The ether will give us more energy than what we shared. So therefore, when the ether departs from us, that organism, that ether organism departs from us, we end up becoming more powerful than what we originally were. These inorganic beings, though they want to say, oh, we're the same people. We're the same people. We are, well, there's nothing different between us. Your counterparts over there are petrified, literally, because their bodies could not share ether with this organism that came up in that area to begin sharing. All the brothers and sisters in that area, that's why they didn't die, because they have the necessary elements in them, the necessary traits in them to share ether. This is the science behind the ether and the ether beings. We are called the nine ether beings. All right, we have full capacity of ether in our bodies. All right, so that was a sharing, which means that when this happens here, it's like our bodies increase in vibration as well as the ether. So therefore, we won't feel the heat. It'll feel normal to us because we're nature. So our bodies begin to vibrate too, and we don't even know our bodies begin to vibrate at the rate that the ether is vibrating. And they say, what, 164 degrees? What the good brother say, 164 degrees? So our bodies began to vibrate at that rate, and we were sharing energy with the ether, because the ether is like, it's let's just say this right here. We're not talking about physical fire, where you got physical fire and somebody's burning. We're talking metaphysical. We're talking cosmic, which means that what did we say before? We say our bodies have the ability to contain and operate under the highest level of cosmic energy known and unknown. Okay, so we were able to operate under extremely high vibrations, high frequencies, because that's what the heat was, high frequencies and high vibrations. And the ether rose, and the ether is in that area, and it's moving. That's when and it's moving to the west. That's when um, our ancestors, the Hopis, like we said, they time travel. Me and a brother was talking about that. Um, or we were at work, and we were talking about how our ancestors, the Hopi, actually had a time traveling machine. He said they had a time traveling machine where they could step into the machine and they could walk back in time. They can walk forward into the future. But he said what they did was made sure that they did not interfere with anything, because if they interfered and did the wrong thing, they could have X themselves out of existence. All right, they could put themselves out of existence. So what they did was they went and they walked among us during this time, and they wrote down everything that they saw, and they put it on the scrolls. All right. So when they said that um, whatever power from the east shall take over the west, or whatever something's coming from the east to the west, however it goes, um, it's that ether. That ether is coming from the east to the west. The ether is coming from the east to the west, and it's going to engulf, and it's going to um, bring chaos. It's going because that ether is looking to be a part of the entire planet. So, which means that we're at the very top realm of this planet. We're at the very top realm, which means that this ether has already gone through the other realms. This ether comes up, and as it comes up, it meets the other ether that's coming down. So it's like we're like that. So we're like the last realm. We're like the last realm that's going to um, um, get a part of this ether, and it's moving through this entire realm, and it's coming up. And this goes back to when I was in my short meditation. I was on my way to sleep, and both Mother Nature and Mother Cosmos says, "We got this. We don't need any help." And I didn't understand what they were saying. It was like, okay, what do you mean you got this? They said that's what they said. We got this. We don't need any help. And they were standing side by side, beautiful sisters. And then next thing you know, that was like Friday or Saturday, and then here comes Sunday and Monday, and this brother gives this report: over 100,000 inorganic beings dead. I was like, oh, this is what they meant. We got this. We don't need any help. I was like, okay. I was like, all right. So, key in this is that the ether wants to share energy. So the ether is sharing energy with our planet. The ether is sharing energy with the sun. The ether is sharing energy with the moon. The ether is sharing energy with the cosmos herself, with the universe, the atmosphere. The ether is sharing energy. So it's like a give take. Give take. I'll take some of your energy, you give me some of your energy. I'll give you energy back, and you take energy away from you. You take energy from me. That's how it goes. But these inorganic beings did not have any energy to give back. So what happened was the ether went inside of them. Right? The ether rose inside of their bodies, and then the ether pulled the energy back. And when the ether pulled the energy back, they didn't have any energy to sustain their bodies. There was no elemental, there was no elements to share. Let's just say that there was no I can say elemental forces or anything to share. And therefore, when the ether pulled that energy back, it pulled all of the energy out of them. And therefore, they were like that. That's how it worked. All right, like we told these inorganic beings, they have no idea where their forefathers dropped them off at. Their forefathers came here and shut down our programs, put us into a deep sleep, did whatever they did, however they wanted to do it, send us into of course crystals. I was looking for them. They're right there. And pretty much put us in a box. They boxed us away from where we're supposed to be. Introduced us to a shit life that we weren't supposed to have. And told us to accept it. And told us to be happy that they didn't kill off all of us. And they didn't think that was be paid back. See, when nature calls, you're supposed to be able to answer, and they were not able to answer because they're not nature. That's the problem. They were not able to answer because they're not nature. So when nature calls, you're supposed to be able to answer. When nature says, "Hey, I'm giving you this to you," you're supposed to be able to give back to nature. Ether is a part of nature, and they were not able to give back to nature. So as that ether pulled energy back, there was nothing to sustain them. There was nothing to keep them. There was no generating force around them. So we have not only have the ether, we have carbon, high levels of carbon. My body has that carbon 12. My body has that carbon 12, high levels of carbon.